It's hard to believe it's been 8 days since a chilly night like this when Clayton Kershaw took all the momentum out of the Cubs in that Miguel Montero pinch hit grand slam to win in their last at bat of Game 1, and then Rich Hill followed with another shutout. It looked like we were never coming back here, that the Dodgers might put it away at home. And certainly with Kershaw going in Game 6, it looked like they'd at least force a Game 7 and make this series go the distance. But they never won again in this series after taking that 2-1 series lead.
This day is never fun, the ending of a season. You look back on, just you kind of think about the whole season as a whole, and it's tough to swallow tonight.
It's not a good feeling in the stomach. We worked really hard this year, and we came together as a team, overcame some obstacles, some injuries throughout the year. But still, it's a tough loss. We were close.
I think going forward, the groundwork of how we play the game, I think that, the result, we were short. We came up short. But the result on how we played, there's a lot to be said for that.
So this was not the Dodgers' year. It certainly seemed like it was going to be, especially the way they won over Washington after being behind in that series. But they couldn't pull it off, and now all 11 games of the LCS were won by the team that scored first. And as you showed in the highlights, they were lowlights for the Dodgers. They gave up 2 in the first and never recovered. Clayton Kershaw has not been clutch in closeout games. We'll get into that a little bit later in Sports Central.
Gary Miller joins us now for more on the game. With their ace on the mound, the Dodgers couldn't have been in a better position to force a Game 7, Gary. But that's why they play the games, right?
Well, it seemed he had made us forget all about Daniel Murphy and Matt Adams, the Mets and the Cards from years past in postseasons, that 7th inning jinx that he had. Because he was responsible or had pitched in all 4 games that the Dodgers had won this postseason, including that 1-0 win in Game 2 here at Wrigley. But some of that old postseason jinx seemed to come back. As we showed you earlier, he's only won once now in 5 potential postseason closeout games. And maybe the Dodgers were putting too much weight on their ace.
I'd much rather be in this situation and fail than not to get to be in this situation at all. So as much as this does hurt, and as much as I would have liked to have won tonight, really thankful to be on a team that has gotten to be in the postseason 4 years in a row, and really thankful for that group of guys in that clubhouse that can kind of have your back in these types of situations, and really thankful that I get to come back next year and try again. It's
only going to make him stronger for the years coming next. And he's had some trouble with his back, and he's overcame it and came and helped us win the division and get past the NLDS. So we wouldn't be here without him, and like I said, it's just going to be stronger for next year.
Well, there you hear from Jock Pederson what Clayton Kershaw was talking about his team and that clubhouse having his back. He is definitely their horse, but he just couldn't pull it off tonight, and the Dodgers' drought continues in postseason games. They were packed for Cleveland, but they won't need those clothes now. They're coming back to the West Coast.
Gary, after overcoming all the injuries that they did this year to get to the NLCS and just win the division for the 4th straight year, how can the Dodgers build off this season?
Well, they're kind of a mixed bag. They have, in fact, Jock Pederson talked a little bit about that, about the old man. He mentioned that Adrian Gonzalez and Grandal and some of the guys that they have here, especially Chase Utley, who we were a little surprised that he was retained and came back for this season. After the way he played in the postseason, it's doubtful that he'll be on the roster next year, so they'll have a hole at second base. Justin Turner had an incredible season, but he's a free agent. Will they want to pay him what he now looks like he should earn on the free agent market? Kenley Jansen's a free agent. I can't see them letting him go. But they have a lot of holes to fill in that rotation because of all the injuries they came over this year. Some of those questions still remain for a lot of that rotation. And there's age on Rich Hill as well, and he has an injury history. The Yasiel Puig trade for Ryan Braun of the Brewers, does that come through? Is Andrew Tolles for real? You know, it's a team that's going to be built around Corey Seager, and there's still a lot of questions for a team that came within 2 wins of making it to the World Series.